Welcome back to the unit on proportional relationships. This is the second lesson, and today you're going to work with tables. You're going to use tables to reason about quantities in a proportional relationship, and you're going to learn about two very important terms for this unit: proportional relationship and constant of proportionality. And these are not as complex as they sound. So let's start with our example. Here's a case of paper towels from Costco, and I can see from the wrapper that there are 12 rolls of paper towel in each case. So if a school buys 3 cases of paper towel, they'll get 36 rolls. 3 times 12 is 36. If they buy 5 cases, they'll get 5 times 12 is 60 rolls, and so on. For each number of cases a school buys, multiply by 12 and you'll see how many paper rolls they would get. So the proportional relationship represented in this table, we can decide what it is by looking at the headings on the table. The number of cases of paper towel and the number of rolls of paper towel. So I've written it out here. The number of cases of paper towels to the number of rolls of paper towels. And I can write it shorter by saying the number of, using this hashtag, cases of paper towels, and using a colon for 2, the number of rolls of paper towels. So that's the proportional relationship represented in this table. So when the ratios between the corresponding quantities are always equivalent, then we can say that the relationship is a proportional relationship. So in this case, they're always equivalent because we always have 12 rolls per case. So 1 times 12 is 12, 3 times 12 is 36, 5 times 12 is 60, 10 times 12 is 120. So this is a proportional relationship. The unit rate is 12. That means we have 12 rolls of paper towel for 1 roll, or for 1 case of paper towels. The unit rate is 12 to 1. So the constant of proportionality is the unit rate. It's just 12 in this case. Another way of describing the constant of proportionality is it's just the number you multiply one of the quantities by to get the second quantity. So if I say I buy 5 cases, I multiply that by 12 and I get 60 rolls. So in this case, the constant of proportionality is 12. It's just the number that I multiply the numbers in one column by to get the numbers in the second column. I can use equivalent ratios to increase a recipe, as we saw in a previous lesson. Here, the proportional relationship, let's look at the titles on the columns in the table. So it's number of cups of rice to the number of people who would be dining. So number of cups of rice to number of people. And for our constant of proportionality, I'd like to have the unit rate, and I'm not given that on this table, so I'm going to add an extra row. And I can see that 2 cups of rice will feed 6 people. And so I'm going to divide this by 2 to get 1 cup of rice will feed 3 people. So my unit rate is 3 people per 1 cup of rice. So my constant of proportionality is 3. In this example, I want you to figure out what is the proportional relationship here, and what is the constant of proportionality. So pause the video, please. Take a minute to do this and come back, resume the video. So I hope that you saw that the proportional relationship is between the number of tablespoons of honey and the number of cups of flour. So you would write it like number of tablespoons of honey to the number of cups of flour. And my constant of proportionality would be the unit rate, which again I'm not given here, so I'm going to draw an extra row on the table, and I am going to say, okay, 8 to 10, I'm going to divide both of these by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 10 divided by 8, I can simplify that down to 5 over 4. So my constant of proportionality is 5 over 4. For every 1 tablespoon of honey, I have 1 1/4 cups of flour. So in today's lesson, you learned how to use a table to reason about quantities in a proportional relationship, and you learned that proportional relationship means that all quantities, all the ratios are equivalent, and that the constant of proportionality is just the number that you multiply one quantity by to get the other.